Welcome to Driven Plus, and you join me behind the wheel of a Morgan Plus 4. Look how special this is. I feel like Dick Van Dyke had a chitty chitty bang bang. Oh, the brakes aren't the best. But in all honesty, you do get a sense of pride when you drive this thing, to know that it's been hand finished by us Brits. We do tend to create some extraordinary things, I must say, and fair play. Morgan was founded in 1910 in a small town just outside of Worcester called Malvern, and they've been building there ever since. But it wasn't until 1936 until they gave birth to the four-wheeled cars. They were specialised for the three-wheelers, so it wasn't until 26 years after it started production it gave birth to the four-wheelers. But there really is something special about these cars. You know, they've been handcrafted to perfection, or hand finished, using three main materials: steel, timber and leather. And the myth goes that they're fully made out of wood. No, they're not. The chassis is made out of steel, the new one's aluminium, but this is your traditional Morgan. Steel chassis, wooden frame, and finished off in glorious leather. Everything is old school. Bloody hell. Let's see if the indicator clicks off as I turn left. Oh, it does. Hey, I'm having that. But what's this model here I'm driving? Well, it's the Morgan Plus 4. That 4 means it's a 4-cylinder engine. That being powered by Ford. 5-speed manual gearbox, and I gotta tell you, it ain't half bad, it goes. That's thanks to its lightness, weighing in at 927 kilos and an 0 to 60 time of 7.5 seconds, and it'll top out at 118 miles per hour. But this car, it's not built for any speed, it's built for elegance. And my God, you do get a good driving experience in this. No power steering, nope. Rack and pinion. This is a proper driver's car. It's very physical. You have to be careful where you put your feet, because if you've got wide shoes on like I have today, well, I've only got Nike trainers on, but there's not much space between the pedal and the brake pedal, or the accelerator and the brake pedal. So you really have to be intricate on where you put your feet. You have to think, you really do. And I like that. The experience you get from this car is unlike any other. I mean, look at the doors, for instance. Yes, you've got this kind of shelter here, but that's like a windbreaker. Take that away. These doors are designed so you can lean your arm out and drive. Even the steering wheel looks like something out of a boat. Do you know what? I'm actually really beginning to like this. I didn't know what my opinion would be, but it's just blown me away. I'm really, really impressed. I'm a Morgan fan. But I have to mention the Plus 6 model. 6-cylinder engine, but it's not just any 6-cylinder engine. It's the B58 engine from BMW. Imagine that in one of these. Well, I don't have to imagine it. There actually is one. What would that be like? 340 horsepower. Wow. Got to have a go on one of them. And the view you get out of it as well, you just see this massive bonnet with the wheel arches. You've got the two lights there. And the little vents coming out of the bonnet as well. And the leather strap going over it. This thing's epic. What a day for it as well. Look at that. I can really, really see the appeal in these. I really can. How much are they? Expensive. Yes. But this model here is the last of the traditional Morgan, shall we say. The new one comes with double wishbone suspension. It gets the 2-litre B48 engine from BMW at 225 horsepower. It also gets the new chassis setup, that being the CX. So that means the new chassis is made out of aluminium. Which is all nice, don't get me wrong. But this uses sliding pillar suspension. It uses the company's long-serving steel chassis. No, this is the last of the great Morgan. This is proper Morgan. Visibility wise, it's bloody great. Makes a nice throaty sound. Yeah, I like that. This just puts a smile on my face. And to think this is a 2019 model is beyond me. And the fact that they're still making these based on a 90-year-old design, that's what does it for me. That's what makes Morgan special. And it's only until recently they've kind of made a big change in their engineering, obviously with the new CX chassis, which I mentioned before. But why buy a Morgan? Well, they make a great weekend car or Sunday afternoon car. Typical Civic Type R owners there. But no, they make great weekend cars for going down the pub for afternoon tea or a nice Sunday roast. And the main thing is their residual, their value. Yes, Morgan limit these every year, so there's not many of them about. So if you can get your hands on one, first of all, you're not going to lose much. And second of all, you might even make on it. So why buy a Morgan? Trouble-free motoring. Well, until it rains. Don't worry, I've got a roof. But the Plus 4 is basically just a bigger redesign of the Morgan 4.4. What does 4.4 stand for? 4 cylinders, 4 wheels. How cool is that? But Morgan, well, they're filled with racing heritage, competing in the Le Mans 24-hour race. So they know how to build a fast car. And talking of a fast car, the best Morgan for me is the Morgan Aero 8. And I think I like it a little bit more after today. But it's such an elegant design. Even in the rear of the car, it kind of slopes down. But the thing is though, there's no luggage space, so you'll need a luggage rack if you're planning on going away in this, which this has got. So for me, it's a worthy investment to get a luggage rack. I think they're about 200-300 quid. I don't really know, I had a quick look online. But looking from the rear to distinguish them between a Plus 6 and a Plus 4, Plus 4 has one exhaust pipe, and the Plus 6 has got 2. The layout of the cockpit is traditional, so you got your speedometer, your clock, your rev counter, your fuel gauge, and your oil temp gauge. And here you got your hazard and your fog lights and your heated windscreen. That's all you get. What else you need? Oh, and you get a radio down there. But in terms of ergonomics, shall we say, I kind of have to mould myself to this car, because this steering wheel here, that's fixed, that ain't moving. So I suppose just pot luck if you're going to fit in one or not. And this pocket here, that's for your map. There's hardly any technology, but why would there be? Why do you want any? Because the experience you get from this, you just drive and you just smile. Honestly, you do not need anything in this car. You just need you, well, and a passenger if you want, and just go out and enjoy the day. And I've got to comment on the finish of the leather. It's spot on. It's so well finished. And even when you open the door, you can see the timber frame down there. Even all the detail they've gone in around the gear stick. Really, really high quality. I'm impressed, Morgan, I really am. Thoroughly enjoyed my time reviewing the Morgan Plus 4 today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, I've got to say, if you've got any cars you'd like us to review, drop us a message and we'll get back to you. But I'd like to thank you for watching today. Like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Thank you.